In the heart of the African savanna lies the tranquil village of Oduro. Here, the red earth stretches out like a warm embrace, and the sun paints the horizon with hues of gold and crimson. Tall grasses sway gently in the breeze, whispering secrets passed down through generations. Among the villagers, there lived a woman named Nana, a widow, whose love for her only son, Kwame, knew no bounds. But beneath her affection lay a possessiveness as fierce as the lion's roar. Nana's home, with its thatched roof and walls of mud, stood as a fortress guarding her precious son. From dawn till dusk, she tended to his every need, shielding him from the dangers of the world beyond their doorstep. Yet, her love was not without its flaws, for Nana had decreed that Kwame would never marry. In her eyes, no woman could ever be worthy of her beloved son. The mother's edict with a heart as hard as the ancient baobab tree, Nana laid down her edict, declaring that any woman who dared to court her son would face her wrath. And so, the doors of her home became a barrier against love, and any maiden who dared to approach was met with hostility instead of hospitality. The arrival of Ayana one day, as the sun dipped low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the village, a gentle breeze carried laughter into Kwame's ears. Intrigued, he followed the melody to its source, a vision of beauty beneath the sprawling branches of the baobab tree. Ayana, with her luminous smile and eyes as bright as the stars, captured Kwame's heart in an instant. But as their eyes met, Nana's sharp gaze fell upon them like a hawk diving for its prey. With a scowl etched upon her weathered face, she stormed towards Ayana, her voice a thunderous clap that shattered the tranquility of the evening. Nana's wrath. "Leave this place, you temptress." Nana's voice echoed through the village square, sending a shiver down Ayana's spine. But the young maiden stood her ground, her chin held high despite the fear that gnawed at her heart. With each step, Nana's anger intensified, her words a torrent of venom that threatened to drown Ayana in despair. But the young maiden remained steadfast, her love for Kwame burning like a beacon in the darkness. Undeterred by Nana's wrath, Kwame and Ayana's love blossomed in secret, their meetings hidden beneath the moon's gentle glow. Each stolen moment fueled their passion, their hearts entwined like the tendrils of a vine seeking the sun. But as their love grew, so too did the threat of discovery. Nana's spies lurked in the shadows, their eyes sharp as the blades of grass that carpeted the savannah. And with each passing day, the risk of Nana's wrath loomed larger, like a storm gathering on the horizon. The test of love. Determined to prove his devotion, Kwame embarked on a perilous journey, seeking the legendary golden flower rumored to grant eternal love. With courage in his heart and Ayana's name on his lips, he ventured into the heart of the wilderness, braving the dangers that lurked in its depths. Through sweltering heat and bone-chilling cold, Kwame pressed on, his resolve unyielding despite the trials that lay ahead. For he knew that only by obtaining the golden flower could he hope to defy fate itself and secure a future with Ayana by his side. The mother's guilt. As the days stretched into weeks, Nana's heart weighed heavy with guilt. She realized that her love for Kwame had become a prison, suffocating the very thing she cherished most. With tears in her eyes, she prayed for her son's safe return, her soul burdened by the knowledge of the pain she had caused. For Nana knew that true love was a gift to be cherished, not a possession to be hoarded. And as she watched the sun sink beneath the horizon, she vowed to undo the damage her fear had wrought, whatever the cost. The trial of the golden flower. In the heart of the jungle, Kwame faced trials of fire and flood, each obstacle testing his resolve. But with Ayana's love as his guiding light, he pressed on, his determination unshakable despite the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Through darkened forests and treacherous swamps, Kwame ventured forth, his eyes fixed on the prize that lay ahead. And when he finally reached the sacred grove where the golden flower bloomed, he knew that his journey had only just begun. The return of Kwame. With the golden flower cradled in his hands, Kwame returned to Oduro, his heart heavy with the weight of his journey. But as he approached his village, he sensed a change in the air, a whisper of hope, a hint of forgiveness. For even Nana, with her heart as hard as the ancient rock, had been touched by her son's bravery. And as she beheld the golden flower, its petals shimmering like the sun's rays, She knew that true love was a force more powerful than any she had ever known. With tears in her eyes, Nana welcomed her son home, her pride tempered by the knowledge of her own shortcomings. Together, they sought out Ayana, their hearts open to the possibility of forgiveness and reconciliation. And as Ayana embraced them both, her love unyielding despite the pain they had caused, Nana knew that her son had chosen well. For in Ayana's arms, Kwame had found a love that transcended even the deepest of wounds. The golden bloom with the golden flower as their witness, Kwame and Ayana exchanged vows beneath the sprawling branches of the baobab tree. And as they spoke their promises to one another, their love bloomed like the flowers that carpeted the savannah, vibrant and untamed. For in that moment, Oduro rejoiced, celebrating the union that had overcome adversity and triumphed over fear. And as the villagers danced beneath the stars, their laughter mingled with the rustle of the leaves, a symphony of joy that echoed through the ages. Under the watchful gaze of the ancient baobab tree, Kwame and Ayana stood, their hands entwined like roots reaching deep into the earth. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, as the village of Odoro gathered to witness the union of their beloved son and the maiden who had captured his heart. Nana, her eyes softened with tears of joy, stood beside them, her heart overflowing with pride and gratitude. She had once been blinded by fear, consumed by the belief that no woman could ever be worthy of her son. But now, as she looked upon the radiant couple before her, she realized the folly of her ways. As the elders chanted ancient blessings and the drummers set the rhythm for their dance, Kwame and Ayana exchanged vows that echoed through the ages. Their voices, strong and clear, pledged to love and honor each other, to stand by one another through life's trials and triumphs. And as they sealed their union with a kiss beneath the boughs of the baobab tree, a hush fell over the gathered crowd, as if the very earth itself held its breath in anticipation. For in that moment, Kwame and Ayana's love transcended time and space, weaving itself into the fabric of the universe. Beneath the branches of the ancient baobab tree, Kwame and Ayana received the blessings of their ancestors, their voices raised in prayer and gratitude. The spirits of the land, guardians of tradition and heritage, smiled upon them, their presence felt in the rustle of the leaves and the whisper of the wind. For generations, the baobab tree had stood as a silent witness to the joys and sorrows of the village of Oduro. Its gnarled trunk bore the scars of countless seasons, its branches reaching towards the heavens like fingers stretched in supplication. And now, as Kwame and Ayana stood before it, they felt its ancient wisdom wash over them like a gentle breeze. The elders, their faces weathered with age, but hearts young with hope, spoke words of guidance and encouragement, their voices carrying across the gathering like a river flowing towards the sea. They imparted upon the newlyweds the lessons of love and resilience, reminding them that marriage was not just a union of two souls, but a bond forged in the fires of adversity and tempered by the trials of time. And as the last echoes of their blessings faded into the night, Kwame and Ayana felt a sense of peace settle over them, a knowing that they were not alone on this journey, for they carried with them the love and support of their ancestors, a legacy that would sustain them through the darkest of nights and the brightest of days. With Nana's blessing, Kwame and Ayana embarked on their journey together, their hearts overflowing with love and gratitude. They built a home beneath the shade of the baobab tree, its branches stretching out like arms to welcome them into its embrace. And as they worked the land and tended to their crops, they knew that their bond was unbreakable, forged in the fires of adversity and strengthened by the winds of change. Together, they faced the challenges that life threw their way, their love serving as a beacon of hope in a world filled with uncertainty. They laughed in the face of hardship, their spirits unyielding in the face of adversity. And when the storms of life threatened to tear them apart, they held on to each other with the fierceness born of knowing that they were stronger together than they could ever be apart. And so, as the years passed and the seasons changed, Kwame and Ayana's love only grew stronger, their bond deepening with each passing day. They raised children beneath the watchful gaze of the baobab tree, teaching them the values of kindness and compassion, of perseverance and resilience. And as they watched their children grow and flourish, they knew that their love would endure for all eternity. And so, the tale of Kwame and Ayana's love lived on, a timeless story, whispered around campfires and sung beneath the stars. It was a story of hope and redemption, of courage and sacrifice, of two souls bound together by the unbreakable bonds of love. For in the heart of Africa, where the sun kissed the earth and the wind whispered secrets, love would always find a way to bloom. And though their journey had been fraught with challenges and obstacles, Kwame and Ayana had emerged victorious, their love shining like a beacon in the darkness, illuminating the path for all who dared to follow in their footsteps. And as the years turned into decades, and the decades into centuries, the tale of Kwame and Ayana's love continued to inspire generations to come, a reminder that true love knows no bounds, and that even the darkest hearts can find redemption in its embrace. For theirs was a love that transcended time and space, a love that would endure for all eternity, an endless story written in the stars.